defense, even through our good years. I've never seen it where it looks like this. And that's why I'm going with Florida. I think it's one of those special things that's happening in Florida. I have one of those feelings. Like, my biggest worry game was last week against Missouri. That was my biggest worry game. But people were talking about, well, you only won. The defense won that game by themselves. They beat Missouri 7-3. The offense just added 2 more touchdowns. But the defense beat Missouri 7-3. If you can turn LSU and make them have to throw the ball, Florida will easily win this game. But their key is shutting down Fournette, and I think our defense can do it. Gotcha. I'll be the oddball and pick Florida.
Hey, you know what's crazy, dude? We were talking about Florida here. You know, remember we had them, picking them 8 wins? And they already had 6?
Yep, somewhere.
Ain't that some shit?
Yeah. Believe, like I said, if y'all people would have told me at the end of the year, I'd have kicked you in the nuts and punched you in the face. Because you got my hopes up way too high. But I think even if they lose this game to LSU, which is possible, even if they lose, they're still in the driver's seat for the SEC East.
Oh, yeah.
All they got to do is beat Georgia and South Carolina and Vanderbilt, and that's it. Georgia may lose another game.
That's given. Let me tell you, they're going to lose another game.
Georgia may lose another game. If they lose another game, that puts us right there. Kentucky's going to lose another game. The East is totally in the Gators' control. Even if they lose this game, the East is still there for Florida to take. Which, if you would have told me at the beginning of the year, we'd be in the hunt for the SEC East again. Now, I wouldn't have kicked you in the nuts. I would have kicked you in the nuts twice. But it is just, to me, one of those seasons to where you're like, I've never seen this happen before. Yeah. But you got 2 teams with first-year head coaches that are doing a phenomenal job and have got their kids buying into it.
They're the 2 hottest teams in the nation right now.
And they got their kids buying into everything. They have legit got their kids bought into whatever they were selling. It's a phenomenal job by both coaches.
It's amazing what 1 year will do for kids, and that just goes to show. And and also, Muschamp did say something. The cupboard wasn't bare, and people were like really knocking him whenever he said that. Like, well, if the cupboard wasn't bare, there's talent here. Why the hell wasn't you?
Well, I said the cupboard wasn't bare. He was just stupid enough not to open it.
So then people were like openly mocking Muschamp, like, oh, the talent's not there. Well, guess what? You bring a guy in who really can coach. Now you have a product
you can coach
from what
offense.
you brought in. Now you can get these kids, and you're showing what the talent really was there.
That's the key. He can coach offense. Like Will said, well, the cupboard wasn't bare. Yeah, but you never opened the fucking cupboard.
Yeah, and
so
you guys had a great offensive coordinator. He came from Duke, but Jesus Christ, who was running the offense?
It was Muschamp. Muschamp ran the offense. Muschamp never let anybody break out an offense. He told them, this is what we want to do. He's like, this is what we want to do. You had allspice sitting in the cabinet, and you never used it to season anything. You had talent. You just didn't know how to use them. This guy knows how to use every single piece and is doing it to where every single person is bought into what they were doing. Have they been a juggernaut on offense? No. But they haven't have to be a juggernaut on offense.
But they're doing what they need to do.
Because you got that defense. Exactly. You know what you got to do. You know if you go and score 17 points at Florida, you're probably going to win the football game. That's the way they're thinking.
Absolutely.
If you get 17 points, you will win a football game at Florida because of how good the other side of the ball is. They know if we're going to go and score this amount of points, we put pressure on that other team, we'll win this ball game.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what happens this time. I think they hold them below 17 points. And I don't think Fournette has this big, gigantic blow-up game like he's been having on everybody else. We're not whoever they played last week.
And let me point this out, too, because I pointed it out to Cortez earlier in the week, or might have been last week. I said, didn't I say at the very beginning, if they got past Utah, which I thought they would have, that it would have been close, but they didn't, they would be undefeated going into Michigan State. I gave them a pass in the first game, and I wanted to see improvement. I got my improvement, and what happens? They only allowed 7 points in 5 games.
Yeah,
amazing.
He has got every Harbaugh and McElwain are head to head with me for Coach of the Year.
Yeah.
In college football, it's going to go. it's going to go to Harbaugh because his name's Harbaugh. And when it comes down to it, if they keep playing the way they're playing and everything happens, it'll go to Harbaugh because his name's Harbaugh. But don't take shit away from
really
McElwain.
Awesome.
They split it.
Now we get past Michigan State, which I think we will, and you guys keep going the route you're going. What happens if our teams see ourselves in the playoff? Which a lot of us are picking. They've got a 10-1 odd for Michigan now. If they get past Michigan State, it's 10-1 odds for the whole damn thing. What's to say Florida doesn't continue the way they're going and keep playing the way they're playing? Because I see it. I see them keep playing damn good. We could see each other in the damn playoffs.
Well, that's the way.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
And before Will Greer went out, everybody was saying, "Well, Florida, this." But ever since he went out, everybody's like, "Oh, now we're down on Florida." The kid only thrown for 300 yards in 2 road games. He only had 150 yards. It wasn't McElwain made it where he can go and do the things. The thing I liked about Will Greer was that he threw bullets. He had a gun, and he could slip it in there and get it done. With Trayvon, he brings a whole different. Brings a whole different skill set. They're going to run. They're going to run him more. That he's a better thrower on the run than Will Greer is. He's a better thrower on the run, and he throws a better deep ball. Like as far as just getting deep, he can throw a better deep ball. But as far as getting them into those tight spaces and stuff, that's where he has his little downfall. But I see McElwain, because he's done it already, throwing the little different schemes and stuff to make Treon get more comfortable and give him the easy pass pattern.
Yeah, and it's not that I'm down on them because of Greer. I mean, it's because, they're missing Greer, but they're also playing LSU. And let me just say, they are probably one of the best. Next, I wouldn't say they're better than Bama fundamentally, but they're pretty damn good fundamentally, and they've proven that every single year.
But LSU, right?
Rex Miles does not have a quarterback. He cannot coach a quarterback or hire a guy to coach a quarterback to save his life because he runs the damn ball, and they run it so damn good that they can afford to have mediocre at best quarterback play. So that's why I'm picking LSU, but it's not that I'm down on Florida because the team's the same team. It's just I think we both can agree on it because we said it earlier in another podcast is that Will Greer is your guy. You want to see what he can do, and that's your guy. So without him being there, you're going to slip a little bit for Treon, but if he can bring that different skill set, run him more, you guys might actually have a two-headed monster. And you really might have a problem come next year.
Yeah. I agree. All right. Well, let's close this bad boy up. We're pushing 2 hours here.
Hey.
Can't remember last time we did a 2-hour podcast, but it's been a minute.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember at all. All right.
Leonard Fournette was born in freaking 95. He was born when I graduated high school.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you stay tuned for the podcast. Me, Kevin, and Steve throughout the week. We try to do this here more often and everything. Like I keep saying that, but we just do it on Wednesdays and like that, and get that set up. So, you want to follow the podcast page on Twitter? You can go to @BallsNotCourt. You can find me at in the minus CP.
Kevin C 2415.
Steve.
Hamilton, Michigan 1.
All right. If you want to also get the content from Potomac itself, you can just type in the web browser, just type in the-cp.potomac.com. Facebook as well. You can just go to the Facebook, the search bar, type in Balls Not Court. Give us a like. If you have any suggestions, feedbacks, questions.
Nothing else.
Yeah,
we don't care.
Just reach out to us and we'll do our best to answer it in a quarterly fashion.
No.
Kevin won't, but I'm pretty sure I will.
He only had 140 yards last year.
We also, the podcast is also on iTunes, TuneIn Radio, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, Windows Zoom, and many other sites as well.
Hugs for everybody.
All right, well, that should do it for us. Thanks for sticking with us and checking us out. I know it was a long show, but there was, as Kevin said, there wasn't much that happened.
No, now I got to go watch Arrow.
Yeah, so there was a lot that happened as far as college football. We didn't get much to pro, but because it was so much that it was just a whirlwind and everything like that. But once again, we mentioned Lamar Odom. Hopefully he gets well, and we'll keep y'all updated on that. All right, speaking for Mr. Kevin Carter, Mr. Steve Van Order, this is Cortez Paul, the Balls in Our Court podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, you have a wonderful evening.